Hello, good morning. Just review my previous videos or streams right here. Sometimes it's good to review a bit. How are you? In Chinese, we have old saying, 重要的事情说三遍. So, important things we need repeated 3 times. We need repeat important things 3 times. So here I find a very important thing, or words here. The posters, oh, yeah. That's the posters I put, give us a sense of what the topic is about. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful picture pointing to the topic I'm going to say. I have saved. I'm gonna read. I will read. I think it's really important here. What is ultimate reality? The unmanifested, unconditioned, unlimited, formless, spaceless, timeless, perfect, complete, independent, non-local, loving field of pure consciousness, which gives rise all experiences of human and animal, of all living beings, like birds, fish, vertebrates, which are conditioned, limited, finite, informed, space and time, imperfect, incomplete, dependent, interdependence, local. Wow, I love this. Sometimes I review my own words. Wow, wise. So the unmanifested and manifested are one. Waves and ocean are one. Formless and form are one. Object in space and space are one. When I say object, it includes all the images like trees, building, cars, people, everything. The sound we can hear, the food we can taste, body sensation, everything. Object of the space is space itself. But when we look at, when there's observer, then there's a world. When there is no observer, there's no world. Nothing exists. without an observer. The sense of I and others, other things, coexists. A better way maybe is just one thing. Look at itself through different eyes. Weird. So beautiful. So beautiful. And that on top of this, there's some sentence. No matter how many spiritual books we have read, no matter how many masters we have followed, no matter how many prostrations we have performed, no matter how many prayers we have said, if we cannot recognize the inner stillness and silence and rest in it, we fail. That's a sure thing. That means don't find the ultimate outwardly. The ultimate is already within us. The two fundamental attributes of this ultimate is stillness and silence. We can realize this inner stillness and silence, therefore, we are connected to this ultimate. But ultimate is formless, unmanifested. So, as I said, stillness and silence are fragrances of the ultimate. I use a metaphor. Sometimes we can smell a fragrance of, say, lily flower or rose, but we don't know where it comes from. But with that smell, you're sure that lily or rose are nearby. So when we can realize the inner stillness and silence, we are sure that the ultimate is nearby, is not nearby, is silence and stillness, or let's say a consciousness, is the function of the ultimate. We cannot see the ultimate, but we can realize the functions of the ultimate, which is consciousness itself, with two attributes, silence and stillness. Silence and stillness may be the most basic attributes of the ultimate. Two of those I have said a lot, like I was, let me rephrase. On top of these two attributes, silence and stillness, there are lots of other attributes like clarity, purity, connectivity, luminosity, stability, strength, power, luminosity, synchronicity. I repeat them again, you see. So good. Invincibility, eternity, infinity, and so on. So I said the unmanifested is identical with manifested. So the whole world is the ultimate. Heaven is not far. Heaven is right here now. What you're looking for is what is looking. Wow. I love this quote from Saint Francis Assisi. So beautiful. This is the final destination of spirituality. This is the final destination of evolution. Welcome to the club. It's crazy. Welcome. Any question, any experience you want to share? Otherwise, I will keep read my stuff. This one is interesting too. It was 4 years ago. Fear not the rising of thoughts. Fear only the absence of awareness. This is a good one. Fear not the rising of thoughts. Fear only the absence of awareness. So I will say a little bit difference between consciousness and awareness. I will say I'm conscious, but I'm not aware something. I'm not aware of something behind me. Does that make sense to you? Because I cannot see the room, the back of this room, so I'm not aware of the objects at the back of this room, but I'm conscious. So awareness is actually they are very common, I think. So you can be conscious but not aware of something. Does that make sense for you? Anyway, it's not important here, but let me. So I read here for you. An analogy was presented as a cat is alertly waiting in front of a mouse hole. When the mouse comes out, instead of catching it, the cat keeps quiet and waiting next to the mouse. In the same way, you as the pure awareness, the cat, don't follow any thought, the mouse. Just keep quiet, fully alert, and watching the next thought arising. So that's the basic meaning. Fear not the rising of thoughts, fear only the absence of awareness. Once you are aware of the thoughts or an image, inner sound, inner voice, inner dialogue, monologue, you are safe because you can, there's a space between you and that mental activities. So mindful of thinking or thoughts, emotions are really important. I keep reading. Once you can recognize space between each thought, not being distracted or disturbed by thought, you may find no thought has real stuff in itself. So real stuff means, has no real stuff means emptiness of the thought, no true self. Nothing has true self except you. Emptiness or no self is the essence teaching of Buddha as因缘所生法，我说即是空，意味是假名，意是中道义。So Nagarjuna said this famous quote, really beautiful, highlighted, condensed realization. And I mean, he explained emptiness and interdependence, no self. And middle way in one sentence. 因缘所生法, so interdependence, karmic force, cause and effect. Emptiness, no self, or how to say, are deeply associated. They're talking about the same thing. The emptiness. Sometimes we just use different words to describe it. The reality, the nature of reality that is empty, that has no self. So thought has no self. So it comes and goes, right? Actually, everything you can perceive, feel, think, sense, smell, touch, taste, all the inputs and outputs of six senses in Buddha's teaching we call five skandhas are empty. So five skandhas, forms, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, and knowledges or limited consciousness are empty. You see, everything is matching together to picturize the reality. So beautiful. So I'll repeat again. Once you can recognize the space between each thought, there's like, you can pause like for 2 seconds. Empty space between thoughts, right? So you're fully alert, but not thinking. That's a state of meditation. It's a high level of meditation. And you may find the rising of thought in your mind. It's okay, just don't follow, don't reject, don't label. It's just an empty stuff. The thought is like CEO of a company, while the boss, you, the pure awareness, has true authority, ownership of you, of the company. Thoughts, no matter how imperious and overbearing they seems to be, cannot exist without awareness. You see, so you feel not the rising of the thoughts. You feel only the lack of your observation of that thought. That's the reason we practice today. I mean, I just repeat the previous stream. And here, interesting, awareness seems to be absent because it is covered or occupied by a non-stopping thinking process, like a vast sky is overcast with thick gray or dark clouds. So actually, we are always aware. The awareness is always as the background. But once you're engaged in thinking, it seems you lose that awareness because now you're totally in thinking, right? But how to say, the waves are manifestation of ocean. So waves, the wave in the ocean is the ocean itself. In this perspective, you can say any empty stuff like thinking, feelings, body sensations, everything you can see, hear, touch, smell, taste, and think are the awareness itself. So that's a different, maybe higher understanding of the reality. The formless and form are one. Back to the Jesus teaching. Break, how to say, split a piece of wood. I am there. Lift up a stone, a rock. You will find me there. So the formless, the form, like a rock, a piece of wood, anything, a tree, a building, a people. Underneath or at the background of that thing, there's Jesus, there's God, and you is the same thing. So ultimately, it's the one thing looking at the same thing. Which okay, non-duality, non-duality. The observed and the observer are one, non-dual. Quite logic, actually. Yes, fear only cat falling asleep. Yeah. Don't fear mice. Yeah, lots of mice. You see, I'm using words, sentences, language to express myself. If I speak slowly, so the words are part of my awareness. The form of words, of sentence, of language is part of my awareness. So wave in ocean is ocean. So that's the beauty of non-duality. The world is heaven. You see, you find the most hidden treasure. Congratulations. And then copy paste the last one here, last sentence. You, the pure awareness, is always open, luminous, present, real, transparent, uncontaminated. I like this word, uncontaminated, uncontaminable. You see, so beautiful, so beautiful. No dust, no reflection in the mirror can damage the mirror. Make sense? No reflections in the mirror can damage the mirror itself. That's how powerful you are. No thoughts, feelings, body sensations, images, nothing can damage you, the awareness. Five scanners have no power at all, has no power over you because you are the truth. And they are not true. They're empty. That's a good one. That's a good one. I love this. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I will meet you there. I will meet you here, actually. And this here has no boundary. You are here. You, the awareness, is here. And you are the now. You are the now. Capital N-O-W. Uppercase N, uppercase O, uppercase W. You are the now. You are the now. That's so beautiful. The here now is a term for space-time. So here now is a projection of the ultimate. It's like the ultimate, which has no dimension, then generates four-dimensional space-time. And you are doing it right now. You are projecting a 3 + 1 four-dimensional world. That's the field. That's why Rumi say, I will meet you there. So this I is not, of course, in this sentence, in this poem, Rumi said I, that Rumi I Rumi, but actually this I is a greater I too. So this greater I, through the eyes of Rumi and through the eyes of you, me, everyone else, is projecting a three-dimensional here now, or space-time. Four-dimensional, sorry, space-time. Actually, this higher dimensional I never leaves us. So there's not in this higher dimensional I, there's no such thing as your I and my I and his or her I. This is a universal awareness, a universal consciousness. The moment that we open our eyes, first second in the morning, there's a collapse, or how to say that, the universal I collapses into a individual I. So that's the moment of creation of the world. Actually, it is always like this. It is now. It is Words on reach its limitation now. It cannot be yesterday or tomorrow. It has to be now. The collapse from unmanifested to manifested is now. It has to be now. Yesterday is just a memory. So Nassim Haramein says, space-time, a better way to say space-time is space memory. No memory, no time. Makes sense, actually. What did you do yesterday is just a memory. It happens in this moment too, and now. So there's only now, but mind could have three time zones: yesterday, lowercase now, okay, and lowercase NOW, and tomorrow or future. So it's the play of mind, but not the ultimate. Mind is relative, is a relative in this ultimate. So mind plays. It's okay if you notice it's playing. If you don't remember what you have done yesterday, it sucks. Some mental health patients have that issue. Short memory. Yesterday, they don't remember anymore. In some way, it's okay. It's good. It's actually, sometimes we need that. If you cannot remember your trauma 10 years ago, so it won't bring you any problem, right? But that's a relative solution. An ultimate solution, that it's just a memory with emptiness. The attributes of memory, like mental activities, is empty. Again, wisdom solves problems. Emptiness has no self. So fundamentally has nothing true there. So it's like CEO cannot take over the company or corporation. You are the boss. You can fire the CEO anytime, or you can hire the CEO anytime. You see, everything makes sense now, right? Once you reach Rome, you notice every path that leads to Rome. As simple as that. Yeah, that's my memory. It's very short and unreliable. In a way, it's good. But anyway, the ultimate solution for the trauma is you recognize it's empty. You realize it has no true power over you, like the CEO has no true power over the boss, the owner of the company. Same idea.